Well, our big focus tonight, the Finance Minister, Pranab Mukherjee, may be advocating austerity measures, but the government, whether it's the centre or for that matter the states, seem far from frugal when it comes to spending. This morning, the newspapers were full of advertisements on the 21st death anniversary of India's former Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi. These came from various ministries, even the Delhi government. Over the weekend, it was Mamata Banerjee, a key ally of the Congress-led government. The ad, titled "1 Year Towards a Ray of Hope," explained the recent initiatives of her state government in West Bengal. No doubt we're going to see another blitz as the UPA celebrates its 3rd anniversary tomorrow. And just a few days ago, of course, there was Jayalalitha's 25 crore rupee ad spend, which apparently set a whole new advertising record. Well, now it seems several RTI applications have thrown up details on just how much government spend on this kind of advertisements. Siddharth Pandey joining us with the latest on that. Siddharth, just throw up some of those numbers for us.
Well, fascinating numbers, Ankita. In fact, we filed several RTIs and we actually got more than 450 replies so far. We're still actually collating the data, but let me just share some of the details that we've actually got. And just 3 states I'll take you through. In the state of, in the capital, in fact, in Delhi, just within 4 years, between 2007 to 2011, 20 crore rupees was spent. And the Delhi government actually spent 4.8 crore rupees marking Mahatma Gandhi's anniversaries, 4.1 crores for Rajiv Gandhi, and for Republic Day, just 1.8 lakh rupees was actually spent. Now, Andhra Pradesh, a state which has actually had a lot of farmer suicides, wasn't really far behind. In just 3 years, it's actually spent 25.3 crore rupees, and that money has been spent marking the anniversary of YS Rajshekhar Reddy. 8.3 crores was spent for Rajiv Gandhi, 4.71 crores, Indira Gandhi, 4.55 crores, and for PV Narasimha Rao, 2 crores. Uttarakhand, again, a state which was in the elections, they were talking about conserving money. That was a big election campaign issue for both the Congress and the BJP. In 10 years, has managed to spend 10.5 crore rupees. On Mahatma Gandhi, they spent 1.58 crores. On Indira Gandhi, 68 lakhs. For Rajiv Gandhi, 22 lakhs. And for Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 68 lakh rupees. So, like I said, even the states as well as the centre trying to outdo each other as far as ad spends are concerned. We've got more than 450 replies. Many states still not giving us details. They're giving one excuse or the other, but these are just 3 states we brought out. We'll get you more details, but definitely an ad blitzkrieg out there.
Right, Siddharth. So you're saying actually that this is something that's been carrying on for a while now, and a lot of states are deflecting attention, thinking of ways to kind of drag out what could be possibly very embarrassing numbers for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these are just 3 states. The other states are still asking us for more clarifications. But just if you take just these 3 states, in about 7 years, they've actually managed to spend roughly 65 crores just on advertisements for our VIPs, former prime ministers, whether it's their birthdays or death anniversaries. So clearly, I mean, the politicians feel that this is important. I'm sure the public has several questions that perhaps could this money have been spent in other social schemes as well. But just these 3 states, the centre, of course, has its own budget, and various other public sector departments also have their budgets. And like I said, we'll get you more of those details.
Right. Siddharth, I know you're still collating those figures and looking at this data, but do you get a sense of sort of where political parties stand on this? Are there particular parties that are perhaps, more guilty in a sense, quote unquote, of spending money? Or is this something that really cuts across party lines?
Well, I think the spending pattern actually correlates with the government in power of the day. So you've got actually Uttarakhand and the BJP government at that point marking the birthday of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. That's in fact only state which has actually done this as far as the state government is concerned. Other states, of course, concentrating on perhaps the regional leaders, and they can have a valid reason for that. But several departments just looking at leaders from their own states. So clearly, I think there's a correlation between the government in power, either in the state or the centre, and the kind of money that's actually spent. And one other figure for Delhi, of course, Republic Day, which is, of course, a national day, just 1.8 lakh rupees spent in the year 2010. But, of course, crores spent for other leaders. So, clearly, politicians will have to answer exactly how they went about selecting who they should mark, whose birthday and death anniversary should they mark with this kind of ad spend.
All right, Siddharth, thank you for joining us. With that, a very recent example of this kind of spending has been West Bengal, where Mamata Banerjee has gone on an advertising blitz to mark the first anniversary of her government being in power. We're asking really at this point, is this just wastage of public money in a time of austerity? Let me go right across to the CPM's Mohammad Salim joining us at this moment from Kolkata. Mohammad Salim, how did you respond really to those ads? This is a leader who's been talking about the 2 trillion rupees she's inherited in debt from the previous government. And then we've seen those ads touting how there is now peace in the hills and in the jungles. What do you make of them?
No, if you go through the advertisements as well as the hoardings and the celebrations and festivals and festivities, I don't think anybody can guess that the government is having any kind of problem in the financial sector. It's a looting of public money and distributing the lurgis, and in fact indirectly helping the newspapers also, media also, and advertisers and media agencies. Now you see the crores of rupees being spent, and there is no other national leaders, only on one photograph. That is our Chief Minister. So now, being a Bengali now, I should be proud that we compare with other states. We are listening to Siddharth. But this was entirely absent in the 34 years, projecting leaders or the chief ministers, present or former, or issuing advertisements, and full-page advertisements or central page. That was totally absent. And now you find this is a new culture.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.